Welcome to how to create a multiple carrier load. First, you're going to open up your new active load. We then want to set up our customer, so we're going to use our customer as Jay's Plumbing. We're going to select a sales rep on there, and we're going to put a work order number in there as well, which is the number associated to the customer. It's normally their load number. Let's put a rate of $3,500. In your driver, we're going to select carrier here. In the carrier box, as opposed to selecting a carrier, you're going to then put multiple carriers. You're then going to notice that you no longer have any information here, but you have a carrier 1. So on your load information, this is where the truck is taking the load. So this is where the shipper and the consignee are. This is what the customer is paying you for the load. So first we're going to put our shipper as TVR in Detroit, Michigan. Change the dates. Again, when you're doing a multiple carrier load, you need to be very specific on dates and times. Consignee, we're just going to put the consignee as Jay's Plumbing in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to set up our date here to be the 19th. Now, when you're adding in your carriers, you need to actually click on carrier 1. So carrier 1 is your first carrier. This is the first person that's picking up this load. So we're going to say that it's Instant Logistics. We'll select our carrier type as a 53-foot reefer, and we're going to set up our carrier fee. So my carrier, this carrier is going to get $1,200 for hauling the load. Now you need to set up a shipper for the carrier. So this carrier is picking up the load at TVR. They're going to pick up the load on the 14th. And they're going to take the load to the yard. When you have a meeting place for your carriers or your trucks to go, you want to add them in as a consignee. Makes it easier in the system to select them and put them on the load. So we're going to put yard 1 in Bronx, New York. We're going to select our date. We'll put the date to the 16th. And I'm just going to run the miles just to make sure I have all the mileage run for the system. Now I'm going to add in my second carrier. So for my second carrier, we're just going to put Paul's Trucking. We're going to select our equipment type, and we're going to put our carrier fee. We're going to select a rate of $1,500 and click OK. Now you're going to notice that yard 1 is already set up as my shipper, and my consignee is now going to be Jay's Plumbing. Now we want to change our date to be dropped off at Jay's Plumbing for the 19th, because that's when the load is to be delivered. Now that we've set up our yard 1 and our Jay's Plumbing as a consignee, we're going to run our mileage. We're going to go back to our load information, and we're going to click Save. What you're now going to notice is that my load number 1045 has a -2. What this means is there are multiple driver or carrier hauling this load. And when you open this up, it's going to show you the complete load on your edit load page, and you can toggle back and forth between your carriers. So I can select my carrier 1, which is going to show me their information. I can select carrier 2, which will show me their information. And when I print my form, it's only going to show me for what this carrier is hauling. It is not going to show me the other carrier's information. Once this pops up into a PDF, we'll open this up. And I'll show you that it only shows for Paul's Trucking that they're picking up at the yard and they're taking it to Jay's Plumbing. As the same thing for your other carrier, once you click print, it's only going to show being picked up at TVR and being dropped off at the yard for this specific carrier. It does not show anything else for anybody else. That is how you do a multiple carrier load.